All right, everybody. It's episode 220, the ID84 show. We are live here. Of course, Adam the Mellet to the left of me. And
Well, hello, everybody.
special guest tonight should be joining us in a bit. We all know him as KCG, but you may know him as Armanis Fentanyl.
Yes, the author.
Finio. Yeah, the author. He'll be joining us in a little bit. I told him.
Sci-fi author extraordinaire.
Right. Let's see where. Make sure I get this up. Stand by, people. Stand by. There we go. Why is that showing? Oh, there it is. Just want to make sure when he comes into the room, we see him. We don't want to be like, "Hey, how's it going over there?" But yeah, it's been a week. The 4th of July is among us. Within the 4th of July holiday starts tomorrow.
It is.
Which is a good thing. Get 3 days off.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going bungee jumping on Monday.
There's no fucking
way.
You bungee jumping.
I bought a bunch of bungee cords. I'm gonna tie them together and test it off my roof. See how that works. So see how that goes. That might be interesting. Hillary. Speaking of authors, this is a good one for you. Hillary Clinton has a sex novel that she just wrote. Does that turn you
serious?
on? Yeah. Google it.
Are you serious?
I was just watching a piece of the news of one of the cable news channels, and she was getting interviewed about it, and they were reading some of the lines in there, and it's very, very disturbing. That is not one lady.
Here's the thing. If I'm going to hear a bunch of sex stuff from somebody, like Hillary Clinton would be in the bottom tier of people that I want to hear. I don't want to envision her doing anything sexual.
I'm thinking she just was watching her husband and got all the notes from them. I took all the notes from that thing. Do you think she sat in a chair while he got it on with people and she watched and played with herself? Maybe. Kind of hard. Maybe they're swingers, you think?
Book reimagines Hillary Clinton's life. Oh, that was in 2020. This is a different one. Oh, wait, what's this one? Yeah, I just Googled Hillary Clinton's sex novel. Hillary and Bill, the Sex Volume, Part 1.
It's like a romantic novel. And it's like some romantic novel that she just
Victor Thorne. Okay, so she didn't write this though.
Oh, she didn't. So, wait, how would she do? Ghostwrite it? Was she part of it?
I think somebody wrote, because this is Victor Thorne, American Free Press. I don't know if she wrote this or if this is somebody who wrote this and used Hillary as it's part of an investigative back shit. I don't know.
It's mild.
Because I can't see Hillary being all
sexy.
Yeah.
She's the opposite of sexy. I don't think, there's a Prince was more sexy than she was. How does that sound?
Yeah. The Queen of England is sexier.
Wow. The band The Queen was sexier. Freddie Mercury was a lot better.
Yes.
I would have sex with Freddie Mercury. Probably not a smart decision to make knowing his health risks, but I didn't know.
I think I would still take Hillary over Pocahontas, though. I really would.
Yeah.
Over, what's her? I always just call her Pocahontas. You know what I'm talking about.
It's like women politicians, right? Nothing against you or anything. There's some cute ones. There's some good looking ones, right?
I mean, AOC is a complete nutcase, but I
wouldn't throw her out of bed.
Why not? Why not?
But they don't. I'm trying not to be sexist here, so ladies, calm the hell down for a second. But what I'm going to say is, you don't give yourself any justice what you're wearing. You know what I mean? They wear these pantsuits, right? They're not very sexy. It's tough to make a pantsuit sexy. Even
you're poking something here, because you're not supposed to be sexy in politics.
But you go your entire life trying to use sex appeal to win guys over, right? And then you have this golden opportunity to grab some guys that you probably wouldn't grab, right? Because guys are kind of stupid. They sometimes they think of their penis instead of their head. And if they're at the ballot box and sitting there, and there's a picture of a hot chick, or they're envisioning a hot chick that they're voting for, I would think that if you were torn between two candidates, perhaps you'd go with the hot one or the one that was looking sexy. I'm just saying.
True, but to play devil's advocate on the flip side of the coin is, are you going to be able to get to the point where people take you seriously if you look?
That is a true story. That is true. There's a fine line dancing between dressed attractive and being taken seriously. Yes,
you got to be careful because if you look too much like a hoe, no one's gonna. This is gonna be looking at your jugs and not be paying attention to what you're saying.
That is true. I mean, that is also another down. As another another.
You got to find the balance.
Yeah, it's another downside of a man. We tend to do that as well. We don't listen very well when someone's speaking to us, and I have no idea what you just said. You know, I was too busy looking at your boobs. But I mean, so there's a fine game to play. But I'm surprised more female politicians haven't like grasped that, right? Because I feel like a female politician, majority of the votes come from females. If you would. And I'm just shooting this off the back of my head. This is a complete assumption, but I would think that majority of a female's votes as a politician comes from females, and a small portion comes from males. And out of that portion of males, it's usually like super feminist males who like are on their own, you know.
Yeah.
You girl sister, you know what I mean? Like they're like all about women's rights and stuff because they're probably been beat by their significant others at some point. Maybe I don't know. I'm making assumptions there.
You know who I thought didn't do it too bad? Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she was cute.
She still looked professional but attractive. I feel like she was on that. She teetered it very well when she was.
Well, you know, she was down for whatever. She had like 19 kids.
That's true.
Right, so that's always a good sign right there.
And one of them a teen parent, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Bristol. I don't know. I remember that. I think her name was like Bristol Palin.
Bristol. Yeah.
Something like that.
Teen mom. I mean, I'm just happy I didn't become a teen mom. But I was thinking about. I was like, these politicians, like this one, like the governor of South Dakota. Google her. She's a smoke show. She's like a crazy cowgirl. She's like 49. And then even the governor of Michigan, even though she's kind of a wacky whack, she's not bad looking either. You know,
Christy Nome.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah,
she's not bad.
She likes to dress up as a cowgirl and stuff. You know, she likes to role play.
She's not bad.
Even the one from Hawaii, Tulsi something Gibbler, Tulsi Gang. No, it's Kimmy Gibbler. Live next door. Tulsi Gabbard.
Kimmy Gibbler was this fucking Full House.
I know. I think it's Tulsi Gabbard.
The governor of Hawaii is a dude.
No, she's not a governor. She's an ex representative of Tulsi something. Tulsi. I know it's Tulsi. Tulsi something.
The Hawaiian flag has a British flag in it. The fuck is this shit?
You didn't know that?
I didn't even know that.
Where have you been for the last?
Well, I mean, it's not even near us. I mean, it's pretty far away. It's furthest you can get.
Yeah. You know? I bet Casey has an opinion on female politicians.
Casey, he throws you a curveball every once in a while. You know, I never really know where Casey's going, which is part of his charm. You know.
Right. No, it's not charming. There's a seat that's so fucking high up in the air that I just dropped my phone. And for me to obtain this phone, we're about to see a challenge here. Let's see if I can drop.
Let's do this. Grab it with your feet. Use your feet.
I'm trying, but it's tired.
You can do this. Get some. Take some Pilates. You should take some Pilates. I know a person.
Yeah. I don't think I can bend that way. All right. No, but the problem with these seats are they go down when you hit the button, but they don't go up when you hit the button. There we go. I gotta get up off my ass.
Yes.
Then one of my wheels I have a brake on one of my wheels, so I can't roll around. But if I took the brake off, I'd be rolling around too much. I gotta get like a piece of carpet for this. You know what I mean? Like a little piece of carpet.
Some carpet. All
right, we should bring Casey in right now and see what he's thinking about.
Let's bring him in. Casey. Let's do it.
We haven't talked to him in a heartbeat. I'm sure he's doing fine. I bet he's on his porch. What's the odds he's on his porch?
Oh yeah, he is on the porch. Yep.
There you go. I was right.
That is Casey. Casey, did you lose some weight? His mic is on.
Yeah, he does look like he lost you. Can you hear us, Casey? There you are.
There he is.
I mean, yes.
Did you lose some weight?
So what happened is that frickin' Eric came back from the dead, and and apparently his teeth still work.
Wow.
They give you a terminal disease?
Apparently.
You know, we've debated for years if Eric was capable of that, and now we have confirmation.
Yeah, we have confirmation. Yeah.
Should we be concerned? We're going on vacation with a dead person in a couple weeks. Should this be a concerning situation?
Yeah. I feel like, another pandemic's probably going to come out. We're probably going to have like a zombie apocalypse shortcoming. Probably right around the corner.
Oh, I would thrive.
Would you rather COVID again, or would you rather a zombie apocalypse? Can't speak. A zombie.
Honestly, I would probably prefer COVID.
Oh yeah, you afraid of the zombies? You think they could cause some trouble?
The thing is, like with COVID, as long as like you don't, go out, you can keep the environment controlled.
Yeah.
Zombies, they could just, break open a window and crawl in, and then you're screwed.
Do zombies have a weakness? Like, how do you kill a zombie? Like, what's their
shoot it in the head? You gotta blow its brains out.
Is that how it works? You gotta shoot it?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
no, you have to rip their spleens out.
What happens if they didn't have a spleen in the first place?
Their spleen?
What? Yeah.
Where do you get that? It's blow its head off. Nothing's gonna happen.
No, the head's not gonna work. You gotta get the spleen out.
The spleen.
I've seen zombies like get shot and then they come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Adam, you gotta think inside the box. It's all in the spleen.
I don't know where that came from. I've never seen a movie that had anything to do with a spleen and a zombie. And considering we know zombies don't really exist yet, I think everything's kind of fair game as to how you decide on a zombie.
How do we know?
I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse because I know where I'm going. I thought of this because my buddy Sean, his dad, makes his own ammo. I know where the guns are. They're not that far away. I gotta get there first. So I'm fucking ready. Because you know what? The bright side is I don't have to pay taxes ever again. I don't have to worry about shit like that ever again. And I'm fine with that. That'd be great. Granted, I got to worry about getting eaten and other human beings like trying to rob me. But if I have enough guns and I have the right people, the right group, then we'll just take other people's shit because we got the guns.
So what happens when it turns out I'm actually right and blowing them in the head is not enough? You got to rip out their spleens.
Well, Casey, I'm an open-minded guy, so I will take what you just said to heart, and I will try that too. Do
you eat the spleens after you take them out, or how do you dispose of them so they don't cause any trouble?
You might want to cook it first.
You cook it first? Yeah, probably there's a little bile in there.
Yeah, you gotta boil it, definitely.
Yeah, it'll probably taste like a boiled dinner, like the Irish eat.
Yeah.
Very tasty, like liver and onions.
Corned beef hash.
Yeah, corned beef.
And then if I become a zombie, so what? That'd be cool too. Like I become a zombie and it's like I just wander around. Again, don't have to worry about living conditions or paying taxes. I can just eat other people. And that'd be great.
Hey, speaking of corned beef, is a funny story. The restaurant we used to work at, Casey?
Yeah, I was there not that long ago, actually.
One of the new servers put in for a modification for a beef taco. She said, beef taco, no corned beef. I thought it was funny considering we don't sell corned beef. I never did. But before we brought you on, we were talking about female politicians. And we were wondering, would a looks of a politician affect you in your vote and persuasion? No. Like if you were torn between two candidates and they're both kind of even, and there was like some dorky dude that looks like Bill Gates, or it was like some like I don't know, decent looking broad. Would you go one way or the other?
Honestly, I'd probably pick the uglier one.
You would. What's the reason behind that?
There is none. It's pretty much just flipping a coin at that point.
Do you feel
ugly people are smarter?
That is usually the case.
I mean, not majority of the time. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
And typically, for whatever reason, usually harder to manipulate. So, got like some level of integrity. Sorry, expected and assumed integrity.
You would think the uglier person is easier, harder to manipulate. I would think the hotter person was harder to manipulate.
No,
because they've spent their whole life being hot. Then, like, they don't need to change or alter themselves for anyone because they're.
But they also don't have the smarts to think for themselves, so maybe they could be manipulated.
Exactly. I mean, you had Albert who was spouting off heresy the other week.
What happened? All I hear is an airplane taking off. Are you sitting at the runway 3 at Logan right now?
No, there's planes flying over the house.
What were you saying? What happened last week? I half heard that.
The last week, a couple weeks ago, Lauren Boebert, the Colorado congressman, was part of heresy.
He's cute.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, no, that's definitely a bad look.
Would you throw her out of bed? Only if she's on the floor. All right.
I would burn the house down with her in it.
Wow, you're not a fan of her, huh?
Nope.
I thought you were more on the conservative side.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm fairly conservative.
Okay.
She's a
Republican. Yeah. Okay. So you pick and choose. You don't always go red.
No, I don't. I vote in accordance to my conscience, whatever that happens to be at the time.
Okay. Interesting. So if your conscience was saying that,
and whatever seems reasonable, generally speaking.
Would you like me? You're an independent.
Lately, right-wing policies have been batshit crazy. So I don't foresee myself voting for a Republican anytime soon with everything that's been going on.
Would you vote for me?
I'd vote for you because I know you.
I mean,
that's what you're basing.
Yeah. I don't really expect you to go off the deep end. Almost like every other Republican I generally know.
I think I'm running for president next year. How do you feel about that? I need you from I need a campaign manager. I was hoping to hire you. That'd be interesting.
I don't know. Where do you stand on the freedom of Russia?
The freedom of Russia?
Yeah, the freedom of Russia.
I like the Russians. I'm pot Russian.
Aren't we all?
This is the Terminator. Oh, look. The Terminator just joined us. Or Nick Cage.
Who?
Nick Cage just joined us.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know who Nicolas Cage is? Like the actor?
Oh, why is he on?
He's right there. Right there. No, he's Adam. See, he just changed real quick. Like he's a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam will probably be dead soon too. Just like
don't fucking put that out in the universe, man.
Do you think this trip we're going on in a few weeks could cause Adam and Eric to disappear?
It's possible.
Do you want to come with us?
In a couple of weeks?
Yeah. I mean, that would be an adventure. We're going to Cooperstown. We're going to be driving in a car for 4 hours together. We're going to be sharing a hotel room with Eric and his girlfriend. I mean, it's going to be a wild time. I mean, at this point, the more the merrier.
Eric is supposed to be dead. He ruined that.
Do you think his girlfriend knows he's dead?
That would be an interesting conversation. I would love to be there for it, but unfortunately, I already have my vacation planned.
Yeah, well, where
are you going?
He's got big time in us, Adam. That's what he's doing.
New Hampshire. New Hampshire on a nice lake, Winnipesaukee with some family.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a much needed vacation after this month.
You know, Winnipesaukee is Indian for the big lake.
I would believe it, but
I just made that up. I have no idea.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Which language of Native Americans are you?
The Chickapaw tribe.
Huh?
The Chickapaw tribe.
All right, that sounds like he attempted to make a fictional people.
Yeah.
They're only fictional if you believe they're fictional. They're non-fictional at heart. Chickapaws. Look them up. They're good people. They invented the casino.
Yeah, I've never been to a casino. I have no intention of doing that anytime. But
so you said you need a vacation after.
Very excited and having Nicolas Cage sitting behind him, all menacing like just ready to stab him.
I
don't think he's gonna make it to the vacation.
You don't think so? You can see him dying real quick.
No, I have a feeling that Nick Cage is gonna end him before we end today.
That would be tragic. What was that Nick Cage movie
awesome.
I texted you the other day that I just heard of for the first time? Yesterday. It was about you said it was like the the puppets from hell, Gremlins from hell. It was kind of Gremlinsy.
Oh yeah, Willy's Wonderland. I've seen that movie. I love that movie. It's funny because during the whole movie, he doesn't speak once. He's in the entire movie. He's not just in like a cameo role. Like, he's in the entire movie and doesn't say one word.
What does he do?
He just cleans the place and then all the animatronic come to life one by one. He kills them. He's like there to like do like almost like a janitor type role to work off some debt. But there are these other people that do talk who are there too, and like they're trying to break in and burn the place down because it's cursed.
I see. So I got to see this movie. I'm gonna try to watch this movie this weekend, and you need to go see.
You won't make it far.
You need to see Duets. It's good. It's a rom-com with Huey Lewis and Cameron Diaz. Not Cameron Diaz. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, I do plan on getting high tomorrow, so that sounds good for that. I will. I don't think you'll make it through. I know you're not a horror movie fan, so I don't think you'll make it through.
Is it like really scary? Or is it stupid scary?
Well, it has its moments that are creepy. I would say. It's mostly cool, like stupid, good, but there are some creepy moments in that movie.
Casey, you ever see the movie? You ever see the movie Duets? We were talking about.
I have not.
It has Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow, and they're like, it's a movie about karaoke singing. I don't know how much you like.
I'm gonna add this to my memo.
Yeah, no, I have not seen it.
And then Willy's Wonderland, the one we were just spoken about with Nicolas Cage. Never seen that either. It's funny when you come across movies that you haven't seen before, and like they're like, but they end up being good movies. Like for example, mine was The Big Short. You ever see that one? With
yeah, I saw that one.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
And I only came across that movie like 6 months ago. It's very educational. Yes, you're right.
Okay. Oh, it's got Scott Speedman. Okay. All right. So I will try to watch this tomorrow at the same time if you can watch Willy Wonderland.
Well, Paul Giamatti. Yeah. His father was commissioner of baseball and died the day after he banned Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph too, huh?
Just like Eric did.
That's right. I heard that Eric banned Pete Rose as well. That's how he died.
Yeah, that sounds like an Eric thing to do.
Amazing, after all these years. So I'm thinking about this window, right? Because obviously, Casey, I'm in a new studio right now. I'm down. I built a new studio, and I don't have a green screen behind me, like I did in my last one. But I'm thinking about green screen in the window. What do you think I should be? What should be behind the window? I'm actually going to green screen in a window that looks like I'm like in like a major city, like I'm in Boston looking over, or I'm like, in New York or something, or like, maybe I'm a Mars. Maybe I'm looking through a window to the Mars.
So what you could do is you could green screen probably something from Psycho that makes like, two people are like killing each other in the middle of the shower.
Yeah,
and have that right behind the window.
I like that. That's crazy. That's a little creepy, but I like the way you go. I like the cut of your jib.
That sounds like a good. Maybe save that one for October.
Great.
That is true. October would be a good time for that one. Casey, you sure you don't want to drive 4 hours in the car with me and Adam and Eric and his girlfriend?
I am positive that I have plans and I cannot take more at vacation time.
Okay, I understand. It's okay. How's work going? You still working from home?
Yep. No, they're not. As far as I know, I'm not getting put off from the office. I just put a request for a transfer to human resources so that I can be the asshole of the place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you have to be in the office for that, or can you just?
That would be hybrid, so I would actually have to go to the office.
Okay. A couple of days a week.
That office is easy to get to. That's right on Winter Street.
Oh, in downtown Crossing.
Yeah, even my old office was like right down there. Like if there weren't buildings in the way, you could literally like throw a rock from one office to the other.
We should meet for lunch. Or drinks after work. Maybe a glass of Merlot on a Friday after we're done for shift.
Maybe. Usually not doing anything afterwards.
What about the strip club afterwards? Maybe we hit that up there.
Yeah,
what happens if we took you there and didn't tell you it was a strip club?
Oh, I would immediately walk out.
I've
got Uber now, so I don't need to rely on you getting me back home.
Well, that's true. I was gonna say maybe go on a slow night, and sometimes it takes the girls a while to get on stage on a slow night. Sitting there and be like, "Oh, where are the girls?"
You walk out.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's an open invitation. Anytime you want to go, let me know.
Yeah, just send me a fax.
Funny story. So we have this kid in the office that we work with who gets very angry when faxes get sent. He thinks it's prehistoric and people should be just sending emails and they shouldn't be faxing it. So a couple Fridays ago, to bust his balls a little bit, I got an app on my phone where I can send a fax. So I could write something, I can send it as a fax. So I kept sending him creepy messages through the fax machine.
That was pretty funny.
And he was getting all worked up. And then I at this point it was just kind of like it was done. So I took a picture of him and then faxed it to him for extra creepiness. You know.
I knew after like the second fax it was you just by the wording.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's definitely Arty.
Yeah, I was being really creepy. I was like, yeah, I see you. I told him I like the cut of his jib. You know?
That's phenomenal.
Maybe I'll do that to you. What's your fax number? Maybe I'll send you some faxes.
I don't have one.
It's amazing it's still being used.
It's like some fax machines are like fax is so black and white and so like, like the way a fax machine works is so prehistoric where it takes like an image or whatever and it turns it into ones and zeros and then puts it back together and it's very pixelated and it's not very, it's not digital. So like imagine like you took a picture of a poop, you sent it. It would be very pixelated. It would be like looking at a dot matrix printer. You guys ever use a dot matrix printer back in the day with the little rails you had to rip off after you're done printing,
So what Arty is suggesting is for somebody to go on the fax machine, take a massive dump,
and
then fax it to your closest friends. Ideally, your mother.
The funny thing about fax is this app I have has no connection to my name at all or any information to me. Basically, I could just randomly fax people inappropriate pictures of like poop and stuff, and no one will know it was me. Imagine faxing Microsoft's headquarters a picture of your poop.
Yeah, you should fax a picture of your poop to like Jimmy Fallon.
Maybe.
I'm sure he's got a fax machine somewhere.
If I wanted to send a picture of poop to Jimmy Fallon, I'll just send a picture of his show.
Well, you can do what that guy did.
You got to take
on a plane.
Otherwise, it's not as funny.
Did you hear about the guy that airdropped a picture of his wiener to everyone on an airplane?
Why does that sound familiar?
It happened like last week. Apparently, he was on an airplane and he went on. Are you familiar with the Apple? Do you have an iPhone?
I do not have Apple products.
You know what airdrop is, though, right? When you can like send something to you. So this guy basically had a picture of his junk on his phone, and then he went to go send it, and he seen who was available on airdrop, and just sent it to everyone who was on the airplane with him, which I think is hilarious. I don't know how the girl found out it was him.
Is that number attached?
It almost makes me think it was a fake story because I just don't understand how she would know. Because if like it was all strangers on the plane, like how would you pinpoint it to that particular person?
Maybe at some point they called and it rang.
Ooh, that's a point. I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Does international law take place when you're in the air, or is it because you're over land? It's taking it. You know what I mean? Like knowing you're like 20 miles out in an ocean. Like if you're in an airplane but you're over a country, are you in that country's jurisdiction?
I think so. I think like if because like we say that nobody owns a space, but I think it's tied to like where you specifically are. But then you got like the whole like China, saying like international, law doesn't quite work that way. Like when they were intercepting an Australian jet over the China Sea a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was scary. I am a Chinese fighter pilot. Please go away. I think it shoots like a warning missile out.
The only warning is just random trash.
So if you committed a murder in an airplane and you were over the ocean, where would you get prosecuted?
It's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I would in that case, considering nobody owns if you're literally out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume that the U.S. or the equivalent of the marshal, whoever or whatever that happens to be, would do something, and they'd like sort it out as soon as you landed.
People who commit crimes in the air are just assholes because they inconvenience it for everyone else. You know that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to get to point A from point B, and I don't need you getting all catty on me and yelling at the flight attendant, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Alaska, to Florida. I don't want to touch down in Canada.
Right. You would think with the amount of money it costs to fly these days and it going up, people would be a little more cautious about the bullshit they start on airlines. No, it's still bad. Yeah.
Very bad, especially when you're flying like Frontier Air. You ever fly Frontier, Casey?
No, I've flown JetBlue and Southwest.
So you never flew like a discount airline, like a Spirit or a Frontier or a Value Jet?
No.
I hear those flights are something else, something out of like the Terminator. You know,
Terminator.
They book you for those cheap tickets, and then when you get on, it's like, all right, $500 for a seatbelt.
Right. Yeah,
$500 just to sit down,
and you get no leg room. Your knees are up by your neck.
No leg room. It's like you need toilet paper. Here's another $15.
Not a good time.
You want some cheap tap water that's really just someone's recycled urine? $5.
Yeah.
I only flew Spirit Airlines once, and Arty, as you know, it was like the best flight of my life. I was with the Monaco brothers, and I'm drinking. I'm walking around in the plane with a drink. I'm standing there drinking, talking to them while they're in their seats, and nobody gave a fuck. It was like a party plane. It was great.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
yeah. You're like the one exception.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Spirit sucks. It's just I had a great experience the one time I went.
You should have asked the pilot if you could fly the plane. Like if you get in the cockpit, you know what I mean?
Oh God, I really should have.
So what you should have done is got in the cockpit and got the pilots drunk.
There you go.
And it's a real party plane.
I mean, they're probably already drunk.
Casey, do you think if there's a situation where you're on an airplane and the pilots all like died and you had to take the plane down, would you be able to do that? You think?
I mean, probably do like the same thing as what I physically am capable of. Is it? Yeah. Probably attempt to find someone more qualified to fly the plane if I can. If not, then yeah, just go to the cockpit, try to figure out how things work, and then call into the, like using the radio and say, so pilot's dead. Nobody knows how to fly a plane. What do I do?
I'm pretty confident I could fly a plane without any instructions from air traffic control.
See, this is why I was learning Microsoft Flight Simulator for this exact purpose. And then I got bored. And
you're like wishing for that day. You're like, please let me be on the flight with a pilot and co-pilot are taken out, and I have to land this 737. I think I have enough general knowledge on aviation and how an airplane works, and like all the instruments and like the avions and the yoke and how the thrust, how to take, how the nose, the altitude, all that stuff, that I think I would be capable, at least manageable, to at least fly the plane. Landing plane might be a little bit of a problem, but I think I might be able to maneuver it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you get air traffic control and guide you through it. If you have a little knowledge and you're talking to them, sure. Yeah.
I would be like, fuck you, I'm taking this plane. Air traffic control, have a good day. I'm just...
I'd be more worried about the traffic around me than actually flying the plane, considering you see those fucking maps, those people in the boots and all that fucking shit flying around all over the place.
That's what the air traffic control is primarily for.
Right.
Yes.
That's why the highest suicide rates. Like their job has the highest suicide rate.
Isn't it kind of creepy when you're like flying an airplane and like you're coming in and you're looking out your window and you can see another airplane?
It is.
Like I've been in airplanes and I've seen airplanes fly under my airplane sometimes, and like how the fuck did it know where these planes are at all times?
Air traffic control.
I know, but how do they know? Like, how can you trust a computer? Like, if that was the best hack, if you wanted to do something crazy,
you trust your car.
To a point.
You generally trust it to turn on at the end of the, turn on like in the morning.
Yeah.
Especially the same.
Go left when you want to go left.
They have stuff. Yeah. Now they have like security analysis, cybersecurity stuff for that kind of thing.
Right.
And And they have instruments on board the plane that can help in case something happened. But
trumpets or something, or a guitar?
More like a tuba.
Tuba. Yeah. Give me the old Cincinnati tuba.
Yeah.
Rusty trombone.
Cincinnati tuba? What the hell is a Cincinnati tuba?
Oh, no, it sounds dirty. Well, it's like I run a situation where we have to fly an airplane.
Yeah.
That could be scary, But Casey, you working on any books? You got anything going on?
Yeah.
I know you're
writing going on.
You're writing like an animal.
Let's see. I have the sequel to the Holy Grail Wars coming out in October. Thankfully, so that's all done and settled with, barring any last minute issues. But I think I'm covered. Volume 3 is done as far as like a rough draft goes. I already started working on Volume 4.
Okay.
Volume 4 is mostly done, actually. I just hit the 82,000 word mark.
Where do you find the time?
Work.
I don't do nothing at work. I'm not. It's like that TikTok, like the song in the back. I ain't doing nothing at work. I do shit at work.
Like in between, like whatever tasks I'm assigned, I do my writing.
Yep.
So I generally put in, on average, about 2,000 to 3,000 words a day.
So I got a question for you, Casey. You have
an answer. Let's see if they match.
You have a publisher, obviously, because you have books. Now, do you have like a deadline? Is there like any like pressure put on you whatsoever? Because I would think that if you have a publisher, I just don't understand. I'm just curious how it works.
All right. So here's the thing. So 2 things. One of which, I have one project that's being redone by an independent small press. So the ball's in their court right now, but they've never really done deadlines, as they can't really keep them anyways. As far as what I'm doing with this project that I'm mainly marketing for and working on, that I own my own publishing imprint.
Okay.
So the deadline I have is a deadline I have set for myself.
And is it a realistic one, or is it like, yeah, probably not?
I try to operate on the hurry up and go, but I also, I set my deadlines on what I can see myself physically doing, and make adjustments accordingly. So if I have a very slow month at work, then I up the ante and usually pound out on average 4,000 to sometimes 5,000 words a day. And get almost essentially like a full manuscript.
Nice.
Complete within a month.
Now you talk about deadlines. Do you typically ever work with live lines?
No, not usually. Those have a tendency to fry.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then they become deadlines.
Nothing's fun about being a deadline.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I learned that a long time ago when I was working with the Israeli military. Story
yeah, that's what's been going on. I have a couple things on the back burner, so I'm like, I had to table audiobooks for now.
You're doing audio. You're turning your books into audiobooks?
I will be. It's just a matter of when.
And who's gonna do the vocals for that?
I am probably gonna have to outsource it again, and those are expensive.
You want me to do it? I could do it with my Boston accent, my borderline ability to read.
I mean, significant amount does take place in Boston.
It would be very interesting.
You're making fun of the Bostonian accent.
Right, there you go. And I don't even have to try. And then my illiterateness would make it add an extra touch to the story.
Yeah. Well, I'm also looking for something, very specific.
Do you need me to do an accent? I can do a southern accent like this, but hey there, Casey.
No, so I need British.
Oh, I remember this person. I can do the British accent just like
That sounds Indian. What the hell is that?
I need
I'm an Indian. I'm a British Indian.
I need Russian. I need a French accent.
Oh, woo, woo, woo. Where's the book?
French. I'm horrible. I hate the French though, so I'll make fun of them all I want. They suck.
Totally speaking, I'm looking for something that's a little bit more brooding, but again, that's on hold because
I'm a little more professional than I am. Is that what you're saying? I'm not quite there. I haven't fulfilled that aspect of my my resume yet. My voiceover ability.
Well, I haven't heard you done anything outside of this.
Yeah, that's about it. That's where it ends.
That's about it. So I'm like, oh, like he could do okay, but with the type of content, it is probably not going to be what I would be looking for in this, unfortunately.
I applied for a job as a meteorologist 2 days ago for a news channel in Boston.
You're not desperate to get out of our office, aren't you?
Years ago, I get these emails from iHeartRadio and all of media corporations because I had applied for some jobs in the past. So every time there's a new job that pops up, I get saying iHeartRadio is looking for 10 positions and they'll post all the positions and stuff. Like some are executives, some are accountants, some are whatever, some are on-air talent. So I got one from I think it was either Comcast or Express, something like that. I don't know. Whoever runs some local news channel in Boston, and it says looking for part-time meteorologists. And I literally submitted and I took meteorology in 11th grade.
I did too. I took it 2 years actually.
Yeah, that's all I said. That's my qualification. I don't have big giant boobies like some of the girls do in the Boston network, but
I'd love to be a meteorologist in Arizona. That'd be the easiest job ever.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. If I was giving you the weather, would you listen to me?
To be honest, no, because I got my girl.
Yeah. Well, what happens if I took her job and I was like, yo, the weather today is going to be fucking piss that guy.
I'd be pretty mad at you.
I go, you go to the beach. Sunblock. Yes. Easy on the Trulies because you don't want to get a heat stroke or anything. You know what I mean? High tide. Those are bad. You want to watch out for the what's that thing that calls when they pull you in? You know what I mean?
Are you a meteorologist?
I'm the meteorologist. I'm trying out right now. What do they call that? Across the, you're swimming. There's a current, like a cross current, the fucking
riptide.
Riptide. Watch out for the riptides. At the beaches today. And bring some sun. I swear they just make up the numbers for the temperature, right? They know it's going to be somewhere in the between 70 and 80. They're like, I like the number 74. Let's go 74. Hey, I'd be 79 all the time, even in December.
No, they do every couple of years. Up until about 4 years ago, I never heard. Was it bomb cyclone? What was that winter term? The fucking something weird.
Yeah, it was called the bomb cyclone.
Sounds like that. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? They're just trying to sound menacing and cool. I don't know.
Casey, are you too young? But do you remember the guy Al Pavilion, whatever his name is, on the New Hampshire station? We used to get him down here. The
High pressure. Al Caprillion.
Nope.
Remember that guy?
I was in Maine when we had 3 channels.
Oh, okay.
13.
Well, you might have been picked up. It was the Winds of New England, WGBS, Derry, New Hampshire. It was
WNDS.
MDS.
Those channels were all based in Boston, not Boston, Portland.
Oh, okay. So you were past Portland though, right? You were way the hell up there.
No, we're all the way out there. Now we're north inland of Portland.
How far away were you from here in Maine?
It's about a 3.5 hour drive.
All right, so you're getting close to Bangor, kind of going that
way? No. So when you go to Portland, when you're driving to Portland to get a Bangor, you just keep going straight.
Right.
For me, you're going as soon as you hit Portland, you start going inland.
Oh, okay. So you're going west, northwest.
Yeah, you're going northwest.
I see. Well, that's a very interesting place. I've been to Auburn, which is kind of in that direction, but that's about as far as I've been to.
Yeah, highly do not recommend.
Yeah, I have a funny story about
terrible place.
Somewhere up in Maine, somewhere in that area. I think it was Auburn, Maine, or Lewiston, Maine. years ago. We're talking like this had to be like 2006, 2000. No, it'd be like 2009ish, 2010. I was in college, and remember Yahoo, like the search engine. They had groups on Yahoo, like you could join these groups and stuff like this. So like
I remember that part of Yahoo, but
like there was this like group you could join, and we were in college, and there was one called Casual. It was like Casual Encounters or something like that, or something of that nature. And one was like one of the notes was like come to the Swingers Club up in Maine. So like we were like in tech class, and we're like looking at it. And we're like, all right, let's inquire, let's email them. They're like, tell us more about this club in Maine. And they responded back, hi, like they were desperate for people to join. Thanks for joining the group. Well, I'll give you some information on it. We're in a trailer park. We're in a VFW, but if you have a trailer, feel free to park your trailer in the VFW parking lot. It was somewhere up in Maine that was like 4 hours from there. And like the guy running was like, yeah, my wife and daughter like to participate. She's my stepdaughter, so it makes it okay.
And if you go even further north,
nothing you participate.
People are marrying their sisters.
Yeah,
it's something that happens.
I see like marrying your sister.
Go even further up north.
Yeah,
cannibals.
Oh, how do you feel about that? Like moose?
No,
I thought you said
people killing people eating other humans.
Yeah, cannibal. Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Cannibals. Like, how did a moose get involved?
I thought you said. I thought you said animals. Like you said, people marry the sister. I thought you were marrying
animals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody has attempted to marry and or mate with their pets.
Maine's a wild place. I mean, once you get past like, I don't know, 20 miles from maybe 50 miles.
Anything north of Bangor is like no man's land.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Guess we should take a road trip up there. There's a dead mall up at the very end of 95, right before.
Adam's like, no, I don't want to go where people are, having incestuous relationships and or having the risk.
Well, no, because I do travel that way because my dad lives up like near Bangor.
Let's just go an extra hour.
It's like, oh God. Hey, the people watching at Walmart's great, but I just can't.
Sorry for your dad.
Well, he likes it. When you reach an age where you just want to be left alone and live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
When next time you visit in Papa Mallet, we'll just keep on. I'll come up with you. We'll keep on trucking another hour or so north, and then we'll get into like where the names. They don't have names to the town anymore. They're just numbers. That'd be a good time.
Mile marker 6.
Right. I knew a kid who grew up in Holton. It was like the last city of 95, right before the Canadian border. I know 2 kids that grew up there. That's funny. We should do that sometime. Casey, we should come. You could be our interpreter because you're a Maynard by heart. You can help us, like in case we come into a situation where we get these crazy Maynards that don't know how to speak our language, and we have to need a translator. You can be like a tour guide.
No, you absolutely do. You never know when you might be asking for a taco, and what they're really after is a human sacrifice.
Hey, you want a taco? Hey. How's that?
That level of Maine woman make Buffalo women look like an 8.
Really? Yeah, Buffalo Betties. No offense to our Buffalo listeners out there, but
I'll plenty offend those Buffaloes.
Not a lot of look.
I don't mind.
I don't know if it's because of like the ponds and they're a big paint company up there that make the chemicals. I don't know what's going on up there. Is it because it's so cold? Is that your free lottery flashlight?
It is my free lottery flashlight.
Casey, we got free flashlights from the lottery.
Ow!
They're very bright.
Well, Adam's going blind here. I'm not sure if I want that.
Judging by how dark you are right now, you could use a flashlight. Like as the sun sets, you're fading into like darkness.
I know you're starting to disappear, which is, it's fitting though because we're closing out.
It's just reflecting the darkness of my soul.
All we could see is the reflection of the computer off your glasses.
Yeah,
I can see myself in your eyes. Ooh, that's very.
Very
dark.
I could see myself in the reflection of
your eyes.
Here on Magic 106.
Eyes make great. Eyes are great replacements for meatballs.
I once had a meatball, and now I have an eye. Here on Magic 106.7.
I'm not eating eyeballs unless you want to hang out with those cannibals.
An eyeball the consistency of eating an eyeball would just be gross because it's like.
Oh God!
Wishy.
Oh God.
It'd be like a soggy. It'd be like a skinless grape, I would imagine.
I just picture a pop when I bite down. Just
It's a little chewy. You know, it's kind of like one of those
rubbery, almost like an oyster.
Rubbery. It's almost like eating like those gushers when you had a kid. You know, you chew them off and then they explode.
I can see that.
Yeah. Have you ever had like, I know you could eat like cow's eyes, and I know that's something that's edible that people eat.
No, I never have. I've eaten some weird shit, and I've never eaten that.
I'd probably try it once.
Missing out.
When I was in Denver, I tried getting Mile High oysters, which are basically bull testicles, but it's very tough to find. There are not very many places like areas on the restaurant. I thought everywhere in Denver had them, to be honest with you. And, I was talking to this guy at the restaurant. I go, this might be a weird question. I go, it's like when people ask me if we have lobster when we go to New England. I go, do you have, like testicles of the bull, the mile high oysters? And the guy starts laughing. He goes, everyone asks that. It's like some restaurants, it's like it's a delicacy. You know what I mean?
I literally ate a bowl of like gizzards once. I was like lung, heart, kidney, liver, just little pieces of each in a bowl. It was a Greek Easter, actually.
How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel?
Like I was on an episode of Fear Factor.
What you should have done was make sure that they were human first, because that's actually the healthier option.
Well,
depends on the human.
That's true. I know plenty
of pretty gross humans I would not want to eat.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's amazing how we're watching Casey progress over the last hour, how he's just fading into the black.
It's fitting though. Like we're closing out the show soon. It's like it's almost that period, and it's like he's gonna be
disappear.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually.
I'm gonna be passing off into the void.
I mean, if people walking by your house, like, and they just think you're talking to yourself, they just hear a voice coming from afar.
I mean, Arty, it's not the first time that's happened. I mean, you walked around and you thought I was talking to a cutout of the most interesting man in the world.
That is true. It reminds me of the time I almost killed us when I drove you home from work that day.
Yeah, I parked out in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, that gas truck was going to hit us. That was cool.
Yeah, like 16 wheeler.
Never do that again.
Whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, 18 close.
Yeah, it's like honk, honk.
We're like, oh, that's a truck. It's going to hit us. Casey, anything you want to plug? How can people get you in this wild world that we live in?
I'm on Twitter these days now more than anything else. So
Twitter, okay.
The Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow me at the sarcastic elf.
Sarcastic elf.
I like it. That's awesome.
Hey, Casey, if you want someone fun to follow on Twitter, you should be following Monica Lewinsky.
That sounds like a death trap.
He says the most outrageous stuff, and people just troll her. And it's hilarious. Kind of like OJ Simpson, too. He's another fun one to watch on Twitter. People, they'll post stuff, and it's more fun just watching the trolls, to be honest with you. I find it very entertaining.
I don't really need to do that. So just follow Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's it.
Yeah.
I got plenty of comedy from that.
Well, there you go. Well, if you need more comedy, I suggest Monica Lewinsky. She's a she, her. That's what she says on her thing. Make sure we know her pronouns.
Or maybe that's what they want you to think.
Maybe. That's true. Yeah. Nicolas Cage, anything you want to promote?
No, I'm Stevie Wonder right now.
Stevie Wonder, yes.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good for now.
Real quick, how do you feel about R. Kelly going to jail for 30 years?
What was his sentence originally anyway? Like he was already pretty much there for life, right?
Yeah, he was already in jail. This is like another thing, I guess. You know, this was for like
trafficking. This was trafficking.
Right, yeah, traveling or something. So
yeah, I didn't hear about this one.
I just want to tell the kids out there, don't be like R. Kelly. That's all I can say.
Don't traffic children.
Yeah, that's
bad. Tough. Bad.
Very bad. Very bad.
But I specifically bought a train so I could do that.
Oh, stop it, Casey. We know we don't know how to drive.
Drive the train. That's what the conductor's for, Arty.
Well,
the conductor is sold separately.
Well, if that's said, we'll leave it at that. We're looking for a train near you. Casey be driving it, trafficking children, apparently. So there you go.
Stacy.
What can I say? All right, Casey. Well, thank you for joining us last minute today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good seeing you, man.
You too.
Well, we'll talk to you soon. If you ever leave the house, I know you're kind of like.
I do leave the house more frequently now. So.
Yeah. You should. It's healthy.
Come by the bar one night. I'll get you drunk.
The thing is, I hear you're only there on Mondays and Tuesdays.
That's it.
Both days are really bad for me.
Wow, he knows your schedule, Arty. Holy shit. Look at that.
Nothing like getting drunk on a Tuesday and banging out of work on a Wednesday. Cuts your week in half, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm busy on Tuesdays, so that doesn't quite work for me.
Well, there you go. The Angry Elf on Twitter. Follow him. All of his information. I'm sure it's a hoot. And you get Adam on the Whirlwind Potato right there on YouTube. Follow him.
Max soon.
Yep.
And
call me for a very bad time for everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna retweet everything you say from now on for the rest of my life.
Please do.
I need to know what's going through your mind. What you're tweeting about. It's driving me crazy. All right, everyone out there, thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Toodaloo.
All right.
Bye. Bye.